What's up? Hey, what's going on, TDs, beers, and tailgaters? Season number 2, episode number 9 coming at you. 9 shows already this year.
Number 9.
Number 9. How about a little microphone action? DMC.
Number 9.
Let's
AFC, NFC West.
Yeah.
Preview show.
There we go. Let's do it, dude.
Yeah. I'm ready.
We're excited. We got 2 shows. It is not only game day kickoff week 1. We owed you our preview for the West for the AFC and NFC, so that's what you're going to get right now. What the hell are you doing?
I don't know, man. I thought maybe I stepped in dog shit, but I did not.
Okay. Sorry, that was me.
Okay.
So we are here. Hang on one second. Let's share this shit. Let's get this going.
Sure.
So anyways, yeah, we're going to do a quick show. We're going to do the AFC, NFC West. We're going to take a short little break, and then we'll be back at you live for our Week 1 kickoff spectacular.
Yes, Week 1. I can't wait for that show. I mean, we obviously got to get some business taken care of here first with this show.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Football is here. So, but we'll get into that. We'll get into all of that a little bit later.
That's right. Yeah. So far, thanks for joining us, everyone. So
yeah.
far.
If you're not working right now, I mean, I'm sure some people are out there working. Who knows? Maybe you took off because it's kickoff 2020,
it's
baby.
Kickoff 2020. So, all right, hey, let's start off our show. What the hell are you wearing today, bro?
Well, seeing as though it's the AFC NFC West Preview Show, I am wearing the headdress that's no longer permitted, the war paint that is no longer permitted, and a Kansas City Chiefs shirt that did not come last year as promised by the NFL because they suck. So I get to wear that for this show. So that's what I've got going on today.
What a bunch of crap. What a bunch of crap. I'm representing both, right? I got the runner-up from the Super Bowl last year, the San Francisco 49ers, and actually, no, it's not cold in here. It's actually hot as balls right now.
It is.
And I am representing the sheriff who used to run the West in the AFC West, Super Bowl 50 champion, Peyton freaking Manning from the Broncos. That's what we got going on over here.
Nice. Like it. What are you drinking, buddy?
Well, again, I am sticking with the theme, bro. Sticking with the West Coast theme, and I have a Oktoberfest, my favorite time of year. I love the fall because it's football, it's good beer, and I have a Oktoberfest from Left Hand Brewing, Longmont, Colorado.
Nice.
Solid beer.
I went for orange to go with, the motif with the damn Chiefs. It's just a Bud Light orange. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. That's coming later.
Shocker.
Big old cheers, brother. Piss off.
He gets a shocker. Yeah.
I'll shotgun those, then let's see what's up.
Yeah, buddy. Let's do that shit. All right, so let's get our show kicked off. But before we do that, we have to give a shout out to
Monkey Knife Fight.
Exactly, our affiliate Monkey Knife Fight, the newest daily fantasy sports site, which allows you to compete against the house rather than against the pros and the sharks. Sign up today using our promo code Tailgaters, and you will get a 100% match on your deposit up to $50 instantly. Sports are back. I don't know if you heard, they're back. Everything's back. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. They're all going on right now. You can get in on NASCAR, golf, MMA, you name it. It's there. Get on there. Sign up using Tailgaters. Get that free $50. Get some action on tonight's game. Everybody's been waiting for this for a long time. There hasn't been preseason football. We haven't seen football since February. We haven't seen we haven't seen the Texans since January. Get in there. Get some action. Let's go.
Love it. Love it. Promo code Tailgaters.
Promo code Tailgaters.
All right, let's get into it, my brother. I'm going to have you start it off and get into we're going to go with the NFC West. Hit up those Rams, buddy.
All right. The Los Angeles Rams moving into a fancy new SoFi Stadium in Southern California this season. What do we got new there? Well, they don't have Todd Gurley anymore. He's been shipped off to the Atlanta Falcons. So they're going to rely on a rookie running back by the name of Cam Akers. I think he's out of Florida State. So Cam Akers Don't know. He's an unknown. I don't expect a hell of a lot out of him. He's projected to get about 800 yards and 7 touchdowns, which isn't terrible. Might be a good RB2 for some teams, or maybe even a RB3. The receiving core, they lost Brandon Cooks, but he had trouble staying on the field. He's already questionable for Week 1 with the Texans. So they still got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. Those are going to be 2 main targets in the air. And then Tyler Higbee. And Gerald Everett, too, is a decent tight end if you're really struggling late in the season looking for somebody. But Higbee should be a top tight, I'd say a low, maybe a 9 or a 10 maybe, tight end this year. Having said all that, and then you got Jared Goff. Jared Goff, he's all right. Again, I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. He might be just outside the top 10 for fantasy football this year. But the Rams are in the NFC West is a tough division, right?
Yeah.
You got the Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks. I expect the Rams to actually bring up the bottom of this division here. I have them projected 2 games less than last year, finishing the season at 7-9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it.
Okay.
Hey, it's the Los Angeles Rams. What are they going to do? It's Sean McVay, right? And I think with the draft and taking Cam Akers, I believe they're going to run the ball with Akers. They got a healthy, young back. Not to take anything away from Todd Gurley, but you know what? When Todd Gurley was healthy, they were running all over the place. They were strong on offense. I think that's what they're going to get with Cam Akers. I do like Cam Akers a lot fantasy-wise this year. I think he's going to have a lot of fun in that offense. And yeah, you mentioned Brandon Cooks is gone. You got Robert Woods still. What's Cooper Kupp going to do this year? Cooper Kupp kind of fell off the radar a little bit last year, struggled finding his feet, struggled getting the ball. Jared Goff struggled a little bit. Can they turn it around? I think they will, but I think it's going to be a small step from last year. Who I do like this year, Tyler Higbee. I think Higbee has the chance to be a bona fide number 1 tight end in this offense. I think you're going to see good things from Higbee. He came on late last year. They started using him. Watch out for Tyler Higbee being a top 5 tight end this year in fantasy.
Ooh.
I think it could happen.
Top 5. That's a bold prediction.
It is a bold prediction, and I do think they're going to be utilizing him quite a bit. As far as where do I have these guys finishing, I do have them same as last year. 9-7. That's where they're going to be 3rd in the NFC West.
3rd, okay. He's got
3rd.
Not the Rams bringing up the bottom.
I do not.
Okay. Let's move on to the Pacific Northwest, where the Seattle Seahawks reside, and Pete Carroll's team.
And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, Pete Carroll and the Seahawks can go take it, do whatever they want with it. Look, it's no surprise. Russell Wilson's going to have another good year this year. He does start a little slow. Where are you looking at numbers from him? He's probably going to be in your upper teens, get you a couple of low 20s. He might pull a 30-burger out of his butt here and there. It's hard to say with him. You got to like Chris Carson running the ball. They added Carlos Hyde. I don't think Hyde is going to do a whole heck of a lot.
Nice bunk.
As he did not do
Junk.
in Houston. But as far as the receivers go, I mean, look, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and I like David Moore this year. I think David Moore could be a solid, good wide receiver 2.
Sleeper alert.
I'm liking him a little bit better this year than your DK Metcalf. Yes, Tyler Lockett's going to get a lot of the extra coverage, I think. I think DK will be a solid wide receiver 2 there. I do. But I think David Moore is going to have some solid receptions this year in a PPR league. I like it. Getting into the tight end position, I don't know. Greg Olsen being signed, okay, I get it. He's probably there to teach some of these younger guys. You got what? Will Dissly? Not really there with him. I do like Jacob Hollister, but how much action is he going to get? So, Seattle, it is what it is. I do think they'll finish 2nd in the West. I think you'll see him at 11-5.
Oh, okay. Hey, not too bad after all that. Again, as we said, Russell Wilson, he's one of your top 5 QB plays, so that's a no-brainer. He always seems to have a slow start, though. First couple games, people get the jitters and like, shit, he's not going to do well. Maybe I should bench him. They get a great matchup week 1, which we'll talk about later. Then show number 2 against the Falcons, so he could have a good start. But you forgot to say something.
No, not at all. I'm just trying to get the crap out of my face. You know?
I'm not excited about any of the Seahawks running backs. For some reason, the Seahawks running backs have trouble staying on the field. They always seem to get hurt. I don't know if there's something to water up in Seattle, or the lack of having a police chief now in Seattle, or what the deal is, but they just can't stay safe.
Poor strength and conditioning coaching.
Must be. Their running backs can't stay healthy. So I steer clear from the Seattle backfield. I haven't liked a running back there since, probably beast mode, Marshawn Lynch.
But then again, what do we really know about Seattle when we're uneducated people, according to Pete Carroll?
Moving on to the receiver core, I love me some DK Metcalf, big target, second year in the league. Unfortunately, I don't have any action on him in any of my leagues. I'm a little disappointed in that. I got a trade hanging out there, Johnny. So if you're watching, accept the trade if you want to be a director. Anyways, DK Metcalf, I love him. Tyler Lockett, I'm not as high on him. I'm going to take Metcalf as my wide receiver number 1 out of Seattle this year. I think he's going to have a better season than Lockett numbers-wise at the end of the year. So take that to the bank.
All right.
And then tight ends, Olsen's been around forever. Probably a future Hall of Famer. Bears drafted him, and Mike Martz didn't know what to do with a fucking tight end, so he traded him to Carolina, and he had a hell of a career. And now he's on the end of his career in Seattle. Will Dissly, a guy, he did come on decently last year, but again had trouble staying on the field. Yeah. So to me, I'm steering clear of the backfield from Seattle and their tight ends. Give me some DK Metcalf. I'm okay with Lockett too if you want to take a run at Lockett. Josh Gordon. Hey, you can't get in trouble for smoking pot anymore. But I don't think it's going to make him a better football player, so we'll see what happens with that dude. I just think he's a lazy, all the talent in the world. Yeah. All the talent in the world. Dude's lazy. So anyways, my two guys, obviously after Wilson, Metcalf, Lockett, that's who I like. Seattle Seahawks, as far as the season go, I also have them in second place, finishing the season at 12-4, one game better than they finished last year.
Okay. All right, start us off. Go with the Cardinals, sir, buddy.
All right, let's go down to Arizona in the desert. Arizona Cardinals. I absolutely love me some Kyler Murray this year. He's got a new toy. He's got a toy that Bill O'Brien decided, I don't want this guy either. I'm going to get rid of him for, no, not a first-round pick. I'll get rid of him for a bag of footballs or 3. So Kyler Murray has some DeAndre Hopkins. He still has Larry Fitzgerald, who we gave a lot of love to last season.
Yes.
The guys are right up there with Jerry Rice in terms of what he's done in his career. It doesn't get much better than that. He's still there. Christian Kirk, a great young receiver. Kenyon Drake had a really good. He kind of revitalized his season, getting out of Miami and going to Arizona, and all of a sudden the guy knows how to play football. So I'm loving what Kyler Murray has. He has a lot of toys. Not much on the tight end side. Decent offensive line, and Kyler Murray can get it done with his legs as well. So again, I would have him as probably a number 3 quarterback this year after Mahomes, after Jackson and Mahomes. I'd say Kyler Murray. Look for him to finish his QB number 3 this season. DeAndre Hopkins, again, no brainer. He's it was either a late first round, early second round pick in most drafts. I think they're going to have a lot of fun. Can't wait till their chemistry gets started. So, having said all that, and their number 1 pick out of Clemson, not a big Jays, I'm sure not a fan, but Isaiah Simmons, linebacker out of Clemson. I like him a lot, and I think he'll be flying around the field. I think he's got good side-to-side speed and should provide some good coverage for the Cardinals in the middle of the field.
Okay.
So, having said all that, I got the Cardinals having a big improvement from last year, but nothing to get them over the top here. I got them a 4-game improvement, finishing the season at 9-7.
Interesting.
Which puts them in 3rd place.
Interesting. Sounds like you and I got the Rams and Cardinals mixed up a little bit there, but hey, let's get into it. Yes, Kyler Murray is going to be a good quarterback. He's going to have a good year fantasy-wise. Number 3 overall? No, I'll take that bet all day. I do believe there's definitely somebody that needs to be in a top 3 conversation. It's not Kyler Murray. As far as running backs go, yes, Kenyon Drake. Drake
Josh Allen,
got shipped out of Miami.
Well, sorry.
You really want to go there with that, don't you?
Did I throw you off?
No, not at all. But that's definitely where I'm going with that. I would take you up on a bet that Josh Allen will have more fantasy points than Kyler Murray at the end of this season.
If we just...
I'm just letting you know right now.
One of these crazy hot-ass pepper bets that you're growing in your secret garden?
No, I'm saying monetary.
The Garden of Eden?
I'm saying monetary.
You want to put some money up on this.
$25 says Josh Allen has more fantasy points at the end of this season using RTS than Kyler Murray.
Book it.
Book it. 25. There you go.
25 bones.
That's just where it is.
It's done.
Let's get back into it. So Kenyon Drake. You know what? Getting shipped out of Miami was a good thing for him. I think he is a great fit in Arizona.
I'm writing this down.
He complements that offense very, very well. And Kyler Murray, he does have a shiny new toy in DeAndre Hopkins.
J. Osbry, $25. Sorry. All right, I'm saying to mark down.
They do have DeAndre Hopkins. It is a shiny new toy. It's like a little Corvette that's going to be driving down the field at light speed. And will Kyler Murray be able to hit him? And he runs around, the little similar style to Deshaun Watson, but his throwing is a little bit different. So how much did that benefit them with a shortened kind of preseason training camp? Really no preseason, whatever you want to say. It's hard to say, but I don't believe DeAndre Hopkins is a bust by any means. I think it is a great, great, solid pickup. He didn't trade him for a bag of friggin' footballs. No. Bill O'Brien's in a different sport. He got a bunch of hockey pucks. All right, he got hockey pucks. And DeAndre Hopkins is in Arizona, loving life. Christian Kirk, solid bona fide. I think he will be a great wide receiver, too, in Arizona. Larry Fitzgerald, I believe, will bring up the rear of those three. But again, you got to love the man. Larry Fitzgerald is the man. Where Arizona's going to struggle this year is defense. No, I don't like Isaiah Simmons. I'm not a big fan. But defensively, can they keep Kyler Murray in these games to where he can pull some magic and win games? I'm not thinking so. I find them finishing dead last in the NFC West. Jesus, I can't even think. And they're going to finish out at 7-9.
Okay, all right.
So, there you go. So let's move on. San Francisco 49ers. We got to keep rolling here to get this show done and get ready for the main event, baby. So let's get into the San Francisco 49ers. Last year's Super Bowl losers played well. The number one person coming out of there that you got to have on a fantasy team is George Kittle. I personally do not have him.
Never heard of him.
But George Kittle is by far the man. I think George Kittle is going to put up massive stats with San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm going to say it like I said it last year. He is not a solid quarterback. I am not a fan of Jimmy G, and I think it's going to show again this year once he takes the field. Running back wise, you got Raheem Mostert, you got Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon. Watch out for Jerick McKinnon. Watch out for Jerick McKinnon this year.
Finn.
I do believe he will end up ranking number one with the running back core that is San Francisco. As far as receivers go, I don't like any of them. Maybe some Deebo Samuel. He came on last year looking pretty good. But again, I am not a fan. Jimmy G is not a quarterback in my eyes. He is a game manager. All right, he's like a Tyrod Taylor. He's going to manage the game. He's not going to get you a lot of points fantasy-wise, which is why San Francisco, as being a good game manager, they will win the West. They will be 12-4. It's going to be a hard-fought 12-4, and I got them finishing first.
Okay. You know what? San Fran 49ers, just like Jay said, they were the first losers last year to Super Bowl. Jimmy G from my alma mater, Rolling Meadows Mustangs. He's going to have to be a game manager. Like you said, he's already got his receivers all banged up. Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, the rookie from Arizona State, don't look like they're going to suit up in week number one. Kendrick Bourne actually is listed already as a starter for them in week one. But they do have the aforementioned George frickin' Kittle. George Kittle's a stud. He's going to get tons of looks. Dude's probably going to get like 15 targets on in week one.
Easy.
So if you got George Kittle, in fact, I like him as a tight end number one. The overall tight end number 1 in week 1. Flip a coin really between him and Kelsey. I think Kittle's going to be the man. Raheem Mostert. Dude had like 12 touchdowns in his last, 6 games?
7.
7 games? Something stupid like that. Don't sleep on him, right? So he's a good running back. A solid running back number 2, assuming that he keeps up his pace as he did the last half of last year.
Going to be a running back by community.
It could be. Still got Tevin Coleman, but Tevin Coleman had a lot of opportunities last year, and I think he had a good game. He really didn't take advantage of the opportunity he was given. Mostert did, so the dude earned to be the number 1. Let's see if he can put up with that. They have a good defense. Their defense didn't really change too much. Nick Bosa is pretty solid. Eric Armstead, Fred Warner. They got a good defensive line. Richard Sherman, he's still hanging around.
Yeah.
I like Jimmy Ward in the secondary, former NIU Husky. Anyways, and then they got Robbie Gould. He had
good as gold, baby.
Kind of like a bad season and a half in Chicago, and they decided they were done with him. And the dude found his rhythm again. And Robbie Gould has been solid gold for the Niners. Having said all that,
Where did you come from? Oh yeah, never mind.
Chicago. Having said all that, I got the Niners winning the division at 13-3.
Okay.
So just one game better than what you had.
Yeah.
And it's exactly how they finished last season, 13-3. So I got to repeat and do the same thing.
All right. I like it, buddy. Let's move on to the AFC West. Let's try to roll through these guys if we can.
Yeah, we're getting short on time.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
LA Chargers.
LA Chargers, you want me to take it from the top?
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
All right, LA Chargers. We already talked about the Rams, who share a stadium with the Chargers this season. They have a new quarterback in town. Actually, a rookie from Oregon, Justin Herbert. Like him a lot.
Buddy.
But right now, their starter is Tyrod Taylor. Don't think it's going to be for that long. I'm going to call by week 4, Herbert's in there under center for the Chargers. Austin Eckler, he is now the focal point of that offense. As far as the running game, Melvin Gordon's out in Denver. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So Eckler, he was a top running back, a top 5 running back in most leagues last season. Dude was a beast when he got the ball.
Yeah.
And I see him doing that again. He faded a little bit in some leagues to the end of the first round or even late second round. And I'm all in on Eckler. I think he's going to have a really good season, being the main man, especially in PPR leagues. Keenan Allen just signed a nice contract extension, so he ain't going anywhere. Mike Williams is banged up. He has trouble staying on the field. I'll stay away from him. So, quarterbacks, I'm staying away from their quarterbacks. Give me Eckler. Give me Keenan Allen. Hunter Henry, I'm not super high on him. I have him in that 9 to 12 range. So I guess if I waited on a tight end, I'll settle for Henry, but it doesn't really do much for me. But that's what we got fantasy-wise going on for the Chargers. I was going to say LA, but there's more than one team. Having said all that, with the new Phillip Rivers out, Tyrod Taylor in, and a rookie in, I don't have big expectations at all for the Chargers this season. They also are in a pretty tough division, and I have them finishing one game less than they did last year at 4-12.
Wow. Hey, you know what, though? You got him at the end. You got him there at the bottom. That's kind of where I've got him as well. Look, I'm not a Tyrod Taylor fan. Sure, I was when he was with Buffalo. But again, he's a game manager. He's not throwing that ball down the field like crazy. Keenan Allen, good job. You got a contract extension. You got paid. You got some money. What are you going to do with it? Probably not a whole hell of a lot, because I don't believe Tyrod Taylor is going to be getting you the ball. Okay, what is he going to do? He's going to check down. He's going to be looking for Austin Eckler. He's going to be looking for Hunter Henry. That's going to be it for that offense. I'm sorry to say, not until Justin Herbert takes control. Where do I think Justin Herbert's going to take control? Honestly, he's best suited for week 6 against the Jets at home. I don't think they're going to do it week 4. I don't think they're going to do it week 5. You got 2 games on the road, Tampa, New Orleans. I don't see that happening. Could it happen week 3 against Carolina at home? Very possible. But again, you're going to go through a gauntlet with Tampa Bay and New Orleans. I think they're going to put him in week 6 against the Jets. Tyrod is going to flounder. I think Anthony Lynn is going to have a hard time keeping his job. I think Austin Eckler is not going to be what you saw last year. I think he's going to struggle. Defenses are going to key in on Eckler because Tyrod Taylor cannot throw the ball down the field. They're going to be zeroing in on him. He's going to struggle this year. Justin Jackson is not a compliment like a Melvin Gordon. Sorry to say it.
RPO.
So
RPO.
I'm looking 100% at them in the bottom of the division, a game better than you at 5-11.
Okay.
And that's where you can see
That's a repeat of last year.
the Chargers.
If Anthony
Lynn will not have a job.
does not do some RPO with Taylor and Eckler, then he's an idiot. Or maybe he already is an idiot.
Yeah, I don't consider him a very good coach.
Las Vegas.
But again,
you want to go to Vegas first?
Yes, let's go to Vegas. Let's talk about Derek Carr. Let's talk about Josh Jacobs. Let's talk about Hunter Renfrow. This is a good team. Darren Waller, good. This is a good young team. John Gruden has himself a fantastic bunch of guys, young talent, that is really going to do, I think they're going to do some things in Vegas this year. I really, really believe that. I think you're going to see huge strides from Derek Carr this year, and it's going to be back to the Derek Carr before he broke his leg before the playoffs 2 years ago. You're going to see Derek Carr really do some good things this year. I love me some Josh Jacobs. Who doesn't? They're already talking. This guy here, if you are in a PPR league, God, I hope you got Josh Jacobs. He is going to be coming out of the backfield flying. I believe Derek Carr is going to find him. I like what he has said about possibly he wants the ball 60 times out of the backfield. I believe it'll happen. I believe Derek Carr will find him 60 times or more this year. He's going to be a PPR stud. I love me the Raiders this year. I've got them finishing second in the division, but unfortunately only at 9-7.
Alrighty then. The Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas gets their football team. They have a beautiful new stadium to play in this year as well. And I'm all in on Josh Jacobs as well. I wanted him in just about every league. If you're drafted in the second half of the first round, get yourself some Josh Jacobs. You're going to be really happy with the results. The receiver core, Henry Ruggs, the speedster rookie, Hunter Renfrow, a solid slot man out of Clemson.
He is a Clemson.
He is a Clemson.
And
Darren Waller. Darren Waller's, I think he's going to be a top 5 tight end. Waller is going to look real good in this offense. He looked good last year. He's going to look good again. The silver and black is getting back to their glory days. They're not just there yet, but I think they are trending in the right direction. There's going to be a lot of excitement in Vegas for the new team. I saw they had the Statue of Liberty out in New York, New York. They got the Raiders jersey on it today. So there's excitement, and I got the Raiders finishing second place as well, one game better than last year at 500, 8-8.
Okay. Nice.
All right, let's finish this up. We have one more team.
Two more.
Should only have 2 more teams to go. The next team we're going to do is the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, wait, can't do that no more.
It's allowed on this show.
Yep.
It's allowed. So the Kansas City Chiefs. Do they have anybody that's worthwhile? I don't know. Should we just skip them?
I mean, come on. What is not to like about Kansas City and this team? You got Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomie.
You got Travis Kelce.
You got Kelsey.
You got Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek the Freak.
The only person that I will say is a little up in the air for me is CEH.
I agree.
He's the one that I'm not there with. That all this hype with, what was it, Edward Hilaire. I'm not there. I'm not there with this. I think Cam Akers is going to be better than him.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be better than him.
Love Jonathan Taylor.
I don't see him being this wonder in Kansas City. So, that's my take. But, I mean, what can you say? It's the Super Bowl champs. They're defending this year. It's Patrick Mahomes. Yes. Top 1-2 quarterback. I mean, seriously, put him in there. Lamar, him. I don't know, Tyreek, Sammy Watkins. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Sammy. I like me some Hardman. I do like a little fucking Miko.
You know,
right?
He's
I
got
like
some
that.
speed. Another speedster. Speed kills, man.
Hey, Sammy Watkins, you watch. Mark my words. Let him come out just like he did last year.
He might.
had one great game, and then what happened after week 1? Went right down the shit pipe in fantasy. Sure, he pulled the Rams Super Bowl and had a good game in the Super Bowl. What did he do? What did he do between week 1 and Super Bowl week? Nothing. Nothing.
There's another veteran receiver who also likes to start
Nothing.
fast and then just drops like a...
He didn't even start fast. He had one freaking game.
Well, I said there's another guy. We'll talk about him in the next show. I'm not even going to get into it. I agree, though, dude. Like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, people are all over this dude. I mean, he's projected for freaking 900 yards, 8 touchdowns, 52 catches, 400 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The dude hasn't played a snap.
It's
Now-
because of Mahomes. It's the only
because
reason.
of Mahomes. I mean, there's other running backs. There's Darrell Williams, Darwin Thompson. I mean, they do have other players, to share the rock with. Who knows what Andy Reid's going to do? Only Andy Reid knows what Andy Reid's going to do.
Right.
So I'm not all in. Don't know if he's going to be in on third downs. You know, is he trusted to block for Mahomes if it's 3rd and 10?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
You've got to go with Williams.
Right.
Blocking down, you've got to go with Williams on blocking
So
down.
guess what? Guess who's going to get catches out of the backfield? It's going to be Williams, not Helaire.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't see it. These stats again, these projections, 253 fantasy points. I call bullshit. I'd be surprised if he hits 200. If he hits 200, then that's a shock.
I can't take you on a bet on that because I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with you.
So I'm going to go under on 200. I'm well under 253, and even under on 200 points this year for CEH.
Nice.
Kelsey Kittle, flip a coin.
Okay, yeah.
Studs.
Yep.
Love them both.
I got him.
There you go. And then Tyreek Hill. Tyreek the Freak, assuming he stays on the field, he will be in that 250-point range. I definitely see that in the PPR league. Definitely. And I'm looking for him to have a nice game tonight, and we'll talk about that later. Defensive-wise, not really any giant upgrades. Tyrann Mathieu, who was there last year, he's their stud, kind of their leader.
Honey
in
Badger.
the secondary. Honey Badger. But the Chiefs have the horses to be in the shootout and win those shootouts. I am liking the Chiefs again to win their division, and I have the Chiefs finishing the exact same they did last year at 12-4.
I got them 14-2. I believe they're going to run away with this division this year. 14-2.
Wow.
Period.
Wow. I just because they're a defense, that's why I had dropped them down to 4 wins. Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be in every game. Obviously, they're going to be in every game because of Mahomes and company. So,
all right, I will let you finish with Denver. I'm going to take them real quick. Last team. Here we go. Going to move. Drew Lock. I think the verdict's still out on him. I think we're waiting for a verdict on him. Drew Lock, he's got some moxie to him. He really does. What's he going to do year 2? Should be interesting to find out. I'm looking forward to it. Cortland Sutton, I think, is a fantastic wide receiver. I think Cortland Sutton is going to do good things if Locke doesn't have a sophomore slump, can find him, do what he's got to do with him. Cortland Sutton is their bona fide number 1. The best thing coming out of Denver that I love is Melvin Gordon. I think Melvin Gordon was a massive signing. I think it only improves that team. I think he will be a workhorse in Denver, providing he's acclimated to the heights. Phillip Lindsay will be a great compliment. Is he going to be an Austin Eckler compliment? No, I don't think so. But Melvin Gordon this year, I do believe, is going to be a solid running back. I believe he'll finish top 10 this year as overall running backs. I really do. I like me some Melvin Gordon.
I better get him in my lineup then.
Denver, Von Miller, tough one there on defense, which is why
My whole heart.
I have them
broken.
finishing 7-9. Third in the West.
With that last comment, my whole heart is broken for Von Miller and the Broncos D and Vic Fangio. That's a blow to the Broncos and my second favorite team. Hurts, man. Hurts. Chubb, you got to step up. Bradley Chubb, man. We're gonna be now. You're probably gonna get paid, or they're gonna pay a little more attention to you. Without Von there, kills their pass rush, and Von Miller is really good against the run too.
Yeah.
So that hurts their defense big time. Next man up is what they always say. So Bradley Chubb, it's on you, man. So the Broncos, Drew Lock. I agree with Jay. The jury's out.
That's what I needed.
The jury's out.
Thank you.
Love this kid's moxie, though. The kid's got the moxie. Let's see if he can back it up now on the field. He's going to have a full year to play. He's his general manager is a Hall of Famer and a hell of a quarterback. Let's hope he can pass down some knowledge to him and get this kid rolling. He's got a couple new toys. Actually, he's got a lot of new toys. Melvin Gordon, he's a dual threat. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, and he's a power runner. He's a different style than Philip Lindsay, so they got a Thunder Lightning combination now in Denver. And then two receivers that they picked up in the draft, Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler. Hamler, the speedster from Penn State, and then Jerry Jeudy. Jeudy I like a lot. I think Judy's going to be a big part of their offense. Cortland Sutton's already questionable for week 1, so Jeudy could be the number 1 target. And then Hamler, he's also a little banged up right now. But again, they got a good young wide receiver core with Sutton, Jeudy, and Hamler. And then Noah Fant, also a young tight end at Iowa, who's a pass catching, a tight end, not a blocking tight end. So Jake Butt's finally healthy out of Michigan, but Butt is more of a blocking tight end. He's not going to play a big role other than maybe 2 tight end sets, and the other trying to pound it in from the goal line with Melvin Gordon. So I like Gordon over Lindsey in the backfield this year, but Lindsey, it could be a good flex play here and there, depending on his matchup or what have you, and depending on Gordon's health. Lindsey's definitely a good flex play, and Gordon's a good RB2 for you. And then Sutton, of course, is a good wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy, Hamler not yet. Jeudy, maybe a low-end wide receiver 3, or maybe a flex play here and there. But he's definitely worth owning, towards the bottom of your roster in fantasy football this year. Having said all that, my beloved Broncos, I also have them finishing at 7-9. I did have them a couple games better before I heard the news of Von Miller. I had to knock them down a little bit. That hurt. So I also have them at 3rd place behind the Chiefs and Raiders.
There you have it. That is the AFC NFC West Preview Show. We are going to take a short little stint break. We are going to change the set just a little bit. We're going to probably change our outfits, and we're probably going to change our beer. And we are going to get ready for Season 2 Kickoff Show.
Episode
TDs,
10.
Beers, and tailgates. I cannot wait for the Kickoff Show. Join us 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. 20 minutes. We're hoping to be back in 20 minutes, so join us. Maybe we might run a little bit behind schedule, but we're going to do our best to be here.
We'll be right back.
Definitely.
Stay tuned. Look out for the kickoff show. It's going to be fun.
That's a big promise.
Yeah, buddy! Wild Wild West. Too bad we couldn't do a little Kumo D Wild Wild West. That would have been perfect. At least we gave him some props.